Hello, Dr. Rod. Here are the answers for my questions for the article. Does contingent reward leadership enhance or diminish team creativity? It depends on leader or predictability by Gosh, Bus, Shavar, 2023. The first question is, how does the article define and conceptualize contingent reward leadership, and what theoretical frameworks does it draw upon to explore its effects on team creativity? Few studies have researched the way in which contingent reward leadership can influence creativity. These results have shown mixed results. Research has highlighted how leader unpredictability can undermine the effectiveness of leadership. Gosh, Bus, and Shavar, 2023, quote, propose that the effectiveness of this process also depends on whether the leader employs contingent reward leadership in a consistent and predictable way. Quote, page 2. According to Gosh et al., 2023, research have stated that transactional leader behavior is a core element of effective leadership in organizations. There are 3 components of transactional leadership, including contingent reward leadership, management by exception active, and management by exception passive. Research has suggested that contingent reward leadership is one of the most positive forms of transactional leadership, close to the core of the concept. Other studies have shown that contingent leadership is positively related to performance. According to Gosh et al., 2023, quote, propose that contingent reward leadership also has the potential to promote team performance in terms of creativity because it facilitates knowledge exchange with the team. Knowledge exchange refers to the process by which team members exchange information, ideas, and suggestions relevant to the task with each other. End quote, page 3. Researchers have stated that knowledge exchange is one of the most important team processes that has the potential to foster idea generation. On the contrary, other researchers have stated that knowledge is a source of power. Sharing knowledge requires time and effort. Sometimes people may refrain from sharing. If people understand what it is in for them and perceive an award as ample compensation, they will make the effort to share knowledge. According to Gosh et al., 2023, quote, contingent reward leadership is the degree to which a leader clarifies expectations and establishes the rewards for meeting these. End quote, page 3. The second question is, discuss the potential mechanisms through which contingent reward leadership may influence team creativity as outlined in the article. How do social exchange processes and motivational factors come into play in this context? According to Gosh et al., 2023, they, quote, propose that contingent reward leadership promotes knowledge exchange among team members, thereby increasing team creative performance. However, they argue that this effect can be undermined if leaders employ such behavior in unpredictable and inconsistent ways. End quote, page 2. The social process of reliability and trust can impact employees' creativity and willingness to want to share knowledge. The mechanisms of this promise of rewards can then increase the general willingness of people to expand effort to achieve high performance levels in a certain domain, which can apply motivational mechanisms to creative performance. The theory itself states that these motivational mechanisms also apply to creative performance. According to Gosh et al., 2023, quote, the theory of learned industriousness lends itself well to explain the relationship between contingent reward and leadership and team creative performance. In teams, one process that is both especially effort-intensive and highly important for creative performance is team knowledge exchange. That is, the extent to which team members exchange information, ideas, and suggestions relevant to the task with each other. End quote, page 2. Other research has shown that reward for previous tasks on creative performance can lead to higher creativity in future tasks. When people are rewarded for creativity, they see as valued and expected. Contingent reward leadership allows for employees to have clear expectations, and they will have recognition when goals are achieved, attributed with material or psychological rewards. According to Gosh et al., 2023, quote, scholars have argued that knowledge exchange is an important antecedent of team creative performance because creativity is often not limited to exceptional individuals, but is a multi-level construct that involves both interpersonal and intrapersonal processes. End quote, page 4. Overall, the authors propose that contingent reward leadership can foster creativity through offering rewards and promoting knowledge exchange. The third question is, analyze the moderating role of leader predictability in the relationship between contingent reward leadership and team creativity as discussed in the study. What are the key findings, and how do they contribute to our understanding of the contingent nature of leadership effects on creativity? Gosh et al., 2023 predicted, quote, that there is a conditional indirect moderated mediation effect such that the indirect effect of contingent reward leadership via team knowledge exchange on team creative performance is moderated by leader unpredictability. This effect is significant and positive when leader unpredictability is low and becomes less strongly positive as leader unpredictability increases." End quote. Page 6. Quote, "They tested this hypothesis by conducting a hierarchical regression analysis with mean standard predictor variables to facilitate intrapredictability." End quote. Page 9. "They first entered in the control variables of team size and task independence. Then they added contingent reward leadership and leader unpredictability. Finally, they added the interaction between contingent leadership and leader unpredictability. They found that the relationship with contingent leadership and team knowledge exchange was positive with a low unpredictability and negative with a high unpredictability. They found support for this hypothesis. This reveals that contingent relationship and team creative performance with a mediated knowledge exchange was positive when leader unpredictability was low. Therefore, leaders can have a higher creative performance when there's low unpredictability in leaders." Question 4. Critically evaluate the methodological approach employed in the study, including the research design, operationalization of variables, data collection methods, and statistical analysis. What are the strengths and limitations of the study, and how do they impact the validity and generalizability of the findings? They tested in a 3-wave 2-source field study with 60 teams from different industries in India. The authors collected data in 2 ways, including an online survey and paper-based questionnaires. They collected 80% of the paper surveys. They combined both data sets into one database. They collected data in 3 different times to mitigate the risk of common method bias. They asked team members about their leaders' unpredictability, and the team members assessed team knowledge exchange. Leaders rated teams on team creative performance. The authors used team size and task independence as control variables. According to Ghosh et al. 2023, the first hypothesis predicted a positive relationship between contingent reward leadership and team knowledge, but was not confirmed with the results. The second hypothesis predicted a positive relationship with team knowledge and team creativity performance and was confirmed by the results. The third hypothesis predicts that there is a positive indirect effect of contingent reward leadership with team knowledge exchange on creative performance and was not confirmed. Hypothesis 4 predicted that leader unpredictability acts as a first-stage moderator for the indirect effect on contingent reward leadership on team creative performance via team knowledge exchange. This hypothesis was significant and founded. A limitation of this study is how the researchers relied on subjective rather than objective ratings for constructs. Another limitation is the use of convenient sample, which can limit generalizability. All of these studies were done in India, so there should be more studies in other countries. A strength of this research is that, according to Ghosh et al. 2023, their, quote, "research shows that an effective way to promote team creativity is to use contingent reward leadership in a predictable and consistent way, while contingent reward leadership in combination with leader unpredictability can reverse this otherwise positive effect." End quote. Page 9. Question 5. Reflect on the practical implications of the study's findings for organizational leaders and managers. How can insights from this research inform leaders' development practices, team management strategies, and organizational policies aimed at fostering creativity with innovation within teams? Scholars have argued that due to increasingly levels of globalization and the speed of technological innovation, that the labor market is facing significant disruptions. In such unprecedented times, it is important for organizations to use creativity to secure competitive advantages as a key competency. According to Ghosh et al. 2023, predictable contingent reward leadership can provide clarity, consistency, and stability, which is helpful in uncertain labor market environments. According to Ghosh et al. 2023, their, quote, "study offers a clear and actionable suggestion on how leaders can foster knowledge exchange and, in turn, team creative performance." Arguably, the recommendation to engage in predictable contingent reward leadership may be easier to put in practice for most leaders, especially those at lower and middle levels of management, than, for example, the suggestion to be charismatic and visionary. In conclusion, their research suggests that contingent reward leadership can be a promising method to foster knowledge exchange and creativity in teams, but only if leaders act in predictable ways. Leader unpredictability can undermine and reverse these effects. End quote. Page 12. It is important for organizations to highlight this study and show leaders how their predictability and consistency can affect the success of individuals and the organization as a whole and their team. Organizations can have policies about following through. In addition, they can have seminars about contingent reward leadership and how they can foster creativity and innovation within their teams within the context of their organization. Thank you so much, Dr. Rod. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.